Okay then, so what I really want to know is, when did you first become involved in Valley's Kids?
January 1988. Well, my husband died December 87. I was working, so I couldn't, when I came home from work, there was no one there at night. And I couldn't face looking at four walls. I'd seen things down in Valley's Kids, and I thought, well, I'll go down and have a look. And I spoke to Margaret, and I started the following week, and I'm still there.
So you said you started the following week. Started what?
On clubs, the after-school clubs. Well, the next one up, the junior school, it's sort of 8 to 11-year-olds, that age sort of group. And I used to do Monday and Wednesday.
And what did you do when you were there?
I worked on the way they were drawing or doing different things on handicraft type things with the children. So at that point of time.
You became a volunteer then in the clubs? So
yes, in the club, doing things with the children.
Club,
yes.
Yeah. And I mean, you gave that commitment for, you started off 2 days a week, or 2 sessions a week.
Yes. But I did other things in between. They'd have fêtes twice a year, and I'd do stalls, I'd work and make things and we'd sell. I'd do other things besides.
Because you've been involved in Valley's Kids now all these years.
All these years, yes.
So you started then, but you're still involved in.
And still involved in things. Things have changed. Obviously, money isn't around to do the things you'd like to do, but we do the best we can.
And all those years ago, there wasn't always lots of money, but the support of all the volunteers like yourself.
Yes.
Being able to help in any way that they could.
Times were different then.
Yes, they were.
I mean, there was, I suppose, our money wasn't around. There was a certain amount of money that the individual could give, which isn't so easy to have today.
And like, you've been part of the fêtes, you've been part of the sessions, the after-school sessions, but you have been part of Valley's Kids in so many ways, Marion, because you are one of the trustees. Trustees,
yeah.
Yes.
I can't remember what year that was. It was after I retired, but I can't remember the exact date. But it's been a good many years anyway.
Yeah, but you've been, like I said, you approached Margaret.
Yes.
And you've been there all that time since.
Yes.
But now you were supported. You're still based in Pennegraig.
Yes.
And first of all, the building was in Cross Street.
Great, yeah.
And now you're working in Sower.
Back in Sower, yes.
And you were volunteering over there.
Yes.
On a regular basis.
Yes.
Because you're still doing the
after-school club, yes.
Yeah.
It was 2 nights a week, but due to lack of funding, it's only 1 night a week. But the children still come for it anyway.
So what do they like, do you think? What do they remember most about you in these after-school sessions, Marion?
Well, I feed them. That's probably, if you ask them. And I sell tip-tops to them. That's another thing they know me for. Take them out, you haven't got anything.
But this has been your part in Valley's Kids, isn't it? It's been a hugely important part. And I know another thing that you do, Marion, like I said, because you mentioned food, but you make the most beautiful cakes. And you have celebrated so many momentous occasions. And your cakes have been a huge part of these celebrations, haven't they? So can you sort of just give me some examples of some of the celebrations that you've been part of with Valley's Kids over the years? Some of the most momentous occasions that you can remember, because it's got such a history.
Yes.
And you've been there from the beginning, more or less, and it would be lovely to hear.
There was one when, King Charles he is now, Prince Charles he was then, came there. Prince William, he came to dinners and then to Pennegraig. And I went then, again, it was Prince Charles at the time, up in Penner in the valley.
So when you used to help with all the fêtes and everything years ago, because they were massive celebrations, weren't they, when we had the bouncy castles?
Oh yes, they used to make the bouncy castles then.
Yeah, so can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, I didn't have a lot to do with that side of it. I was mainly downstairs, working with the children downstairs. The bouncy castle was upstairs. So I didn't do a lot with that. But they used to make them themselves at one time.
Yeah. But you were there on these
Oh, I was there.
So
oh, yeah.
Whether you were sort of helping with the bouncy castle, but like I said, you were one of your main roles was to be with the children.
With the children, basically, yes.
And to be providing everybody with refreshments.
Yes.
And making sure everybody has been well looked after all these years. You know,
Yeah.
because that's what you've done, Marion.
Yeah.
You know, you care for people, and you have cared for people with you all this time.
But then they gave me a lot back when I needed it.
And that's really nice to know.
And that basically, I suppose, I say kept me sane. Some would say I'm not sane anyway. But it did make a big difference, a very big difference.
Because that's something I want to ask you. How do you feel that Valley's Kids is important in the communities in which we work? Do you think that we make a difference?
Oh, I should think so. With all the children, I mean, all the children we have in clubs. I mean, come summer months now, we can have many 100 in a night. It's an outlet for children. Well, there's nothing else in the area. But of course, money comes, the 5-letter word, isn't it?
But you do think that there's, you know, the support being there when and where we can within Valley's Kids.
Oh, yes.
Makes a difference.
Oh, yes.
Is there, you know, like you said, Valley's Kids is important to you. You think it's important to the community as well. Is there anything else that you would like to add yourself? Is there anything that you would like to say about your journey in Valley's Kids? You said where you started in the very beginning.
Yes.
But you know, if there's anything else you wanted to say?
No, I don't. There is really. I think I've told you all, really.
You are. Well,
yeah.
Thank you very much for your time. And it's been a pleasure to interview you. It's a pleasure to capture you. So thank you very, very much.
You're welcome.